Workers down there with some extinguisher. There was smoke pouring out of the back of that car. Looked like it got very, very hot. It looked more like steam than oil smoke. In the meantime, those two Porsches appear to be running away from the rest of the field. That battle out front, Nelson Cali 27, Patrick Long 68, a pair of Porsche 911s, a 67 and a 68 911 T/R. By the time they are gone to pull away from the rest of the battle, then Lotus the last 26 cars, Tom Tuttle ready to take the third spot. Somebody went off. That was Gunnar Jeanette. Gunnar Jeanette off into the dirt. That looks like the entrance to turn 5. Another car goes off back with 96.
So we're here at the Monterey Historics, and we're talking to Don Bell, who is one of the vintage car racers here today. So Don, tell us what you're driving.
It's a 1957 Porsche Speedster, one of the very rare cars that they built back in. It's a 57, so it has a 1600cc motor in it. A lot of guys cheat on the motors, they're a little bigger, but this is 1600. And so it's running in a class right now with 911s. I have disc brakes, so they bump me up 2 classes. So, you know, I'm running with the big motor 911s, and it's a challenge. Let's put it that way. Those,
sure.
They got grunt that we don't have.
Exactly.
But it's fun.
And aside from the upgraded brakes, are there any other modifications that you've done, or are you required to keep it pretty much stock within your?
Well, no, it's modified for racing. You know,
okay.
There are certain things. The rules say that you've got to go back to what was legal in the day. Now later, a lot of other things became legal. You can't have those, like disc brakes and things along that line. But so they had an old rule. They didn't enforce it. Now they decided to enforce it. So we run with the 911s and have fun with the 911s. We can outrun about half of them. Just about half. So it's fun. This is all for fun anyway.
Absolutely.
Nobody's going to make a lot of money from winning any races. You just have fun. So,
gentlemen racing.
exercising the old cars and the old guys. Yeah, they say it's not really racing. Go out and ride some of these guys.
you coming around the corners, you know, sliding, we can see you guys are not holding back.
Yeah, no, they're just maybe a few of them, not most of them. Particularly the guys running up front. They're aggressive. It's fun, but it's more fun to win than it is to run the pack. So,
at the end of the day, you want to take it home in good shape and have a good time.
Exactly.
So tell us a little bit about the history of this car.
Well, this car was run by a guy named Chuck Forge. He was a very famous guy, an engineer for HP and Apple, but Charlie had a lot of money, so he didn't have to work. So he spent most of his life improving the 356 Porsche as a race car. And he had fun doing it. He did exotic things with the car. And I ran against him back in the day with a 60 Roadster. And we were arch competitors, nose to tail, but friends, you know, at the same time.
Right.
So we didn't share technology, but we were friends. And so Charlie died, unfortunately, 7 or 8 years ago. I bought the Speedster from his estate, and I restored it. I had to take a lot of stuff off of it to make it legal, but I did. And so now it's legal for vintage car racing. And Charlie's, you know, his legacy lives on.
Well, that's the wonderful thing. I mean, being friends with Charlie and now just, you know, sort of keeping that part of him alive in a way.
Yeah. So and we do that deliberately. Excuse me, please.
Bless you.
We every year or two we celebrate Charlie's birthday. He's just a good guy.
Yeah.
You know, you just appreciate guys like that.
Absolutely.
A nerd, but a friendly guy at the same time. So.
Nerds can be friendly.
Yeah, he died, left his estate of like $50 million to the Catholic Church, and did some good things with it. So I then had two race cars, two old Porsche race cars. Didn't need two, so I restored my car, put it back on the street.
Right.
Which was no small job.
I would
Had
imagine.
to change most of the body panels. It's fun to make these whole things live.
Do you like to work on the cars yourselves? Or?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I don't do all the motors, but I do most of the other stuff.
It's fantastic.
So I prepped the car, brought it here, supported, working on it on the weekend.
Sure.
We got to work on the gearbox next. Hope it makes it through the next section.
So do you store your cars at home?
Yep, got them. I had a shop when I lived in Northern California, and then moved to Sedona. Tried to lease a place, couldn't, so I built a 3,000 square foot shop on the property. So it's good. I go have lunch and
Absolutely.
come back, work, fiddle with the cars. Good.
Fantastic. Right. So what are some of the other cars that you have you have in your collection?
I've got 3 other 356s, a couple of 911s. I've got some Can-Am cars, T163 Lolas, F2. These are big, monstrous motor Can-Am cars. I race those here in the U.S. and in Europe for about 6-7 years in Europe. It was fun. That'll wake you up.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we enjoy watching the Can-Am racing here.
Yeah, it's good. It's exciting. It's the way to go.
Any tracks that you have a particular favor for that you enjoy more than another?
Yeah. I like Spa in Belgium.
Yeah.
It's a big, long, fast, huge racetrack where you're going around the corners at 150, 180 miles an hour. It scares you just enough. And Road America in Wisconsin. And I like it here. This is the weather, you know, the ambiance, the restaurants, the track. The track is good. They've changed it a bit, but it's still very, very good.
Right, now that WeatherTech has it, we've seen Capital being
more
poured
upgrades.
in. Yeah, more upgrades.
Yep.
And now IndyCar is coming here.
Indy, thank God, Indy's coming back.
Yeah.
Indy's coming back, so some exciting IndyCar races.
Did you see the Formula One cars racing yesterday? Or?
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
That was pretty exciting.
That's exciting, but they had some great. Well, Bobby Rahal is here this weekend, and he did some exciting Can-Am races. So you got some very good, very famous drivers. Jochen Maas from South Africa, the boy of Germany, is here.
And Patrick Long raced in your group.
Patrick, I was racing against Patrick.
Yes, yeah.
He's here. He's excellent.
Yep.
I believe Wolf Hensler is here, if I'm not mistaken. And Tommy Kendall, if you know Tommy.
Absolutely.
Tommy's here. So they're a bunch of young guys and a bunch of old guys.
And to that point, do you think because of vintage racing tends to have an older demographic for a couple of reasons? One, usually need the means, but do you see the young people stepping in to maybe carry on this?
Yeah, you do. Not enough of them, but yes, you do. Even girls are coming in. Some driving their father's legacy car. Others, sitting in different cars, which is good. I'm really glad to.
It's important
see
because
that.
to keep it going and the interest alive.
Well, I saw Catherine Legg's name on a car, and we used to sponsor her. My company, Bell Micro, sponsored her at IndyCar, so a long time ago. So she's still doing racing. There's some very good women racers. I mean, very good. So.
Yeah.
It's good to see. It's exciting to see.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Don. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
And talking to you, and thanks for sharing time with us.
My pleasure.
All right.
Thank you.